Hey, my name is Dan. I used to work at the biggest dealership in the country, and now I teach fine folks like you how not to get fucked when buying a car. Kind of a cool gig, huh? I know, thank you. Somebody has to do it. I'm just happy to do it. So in this video, I want to talk about best luxury SUVs. First, I gotta congratulate you on a very smart decision not buying a new car and not taking 30%, 50% hit on depreciation. Very smart decision by going used. So first, let's talk about the criteria. Then we're gonna talk about what cars we should actually look at. And last, we're gonna talk about the most important part is which SUVs not to buy because they have problems and no salesman will tell you about them. So let's start with what we should be looking for in a luxury SUV. Why should you even be buying a luxury SUV? Or why do you think you want a luxury SUV? Is it because of low road noise, because it's quiet? Yes. Is it because of smooth ride? Absolutely. Is it because heated and cooled seats and all sorts of cool options? Abso-fucking-lutely. Here's another one that I'm looking at. This is the one that's most important to me, reliability. I want the car, I want the microwave, I want the pairs of shoes I buy to last me a long time and be reliable. Something else that these car manufacturers will offer on luxury SUVs is collision prevention systems or collision avoidance systems, whatever the hell you want to call them. They do the same thing. The reason that I'm looking forward to collision prevention systems or collision avoidance systems is because it will help me retain the value of the car. If I'm buying something that has this already, then when I'm going to be selling it, it's going to retain its value much more. So let's dive into it. So first, we're going to talk about MKT, Lincoln MKT. This one is going to be around $17, $16, $18, $19,000. Depends how well you find it. The only thing I don't like about this car here, it looks like a fucking hearse. It looks horrendous. If you don't care about looks, then this is a car that I would suggest you look into. Next one is going to be MKC. You can buy one that's 3, 5, 6 years old for around $14,000 to $20,000. Next one is going to be Lincoln MKX. I do like this one, however, MKX is only available since 2016. So if you're looking to get MKX that's a little older, you can't because they only are 2 years old this far. So maybe if you're looking at this video in 2020, MKX would be a great option to look into. Here's something else that I found out with all these Lincolns. They have a lot of miles on them. People love to drive them. I mean, I was looking at MKXs with 2 years. They had 40,000 miles in 2 years. I mean, people drive the shit out of them. I mean, this is like the ultimate road trip car apparently. So they will have a lot of miles on them. Just saying. Next SUV we're going to look at is XT5 from Cadillac. Not a huge fan of it. It's about $25,000, $28,000. It's here. I don't really know what you think about it. If you like Cadillac, if you like how it looks, it's here. It's really nothing special. Okay, if I was buying an American-made SUV, I would go for the Lincoln over Cadillac because it's cheaper. The quality is the same. Features the same. But the Lincoln is going to be $7,000, $10,000 cheaper. Why would I not save $7,000? I'm all down for saving. Next one is probably going to be one of the best SUVs that you can ever buy, and that's going to be Lexus Rx350. I mean, this Lexus is everything you want in a luxury SUV. The only downside of this car is it doesn't have third row seating. The 2018 will have third row seating, and its extended version, it's just garbage. It's stupid. That's like putting a hat on a hat. You just don't do that. If you want a bigger SUV, you just choose a bigger fucking SUV. Stop stretching shit out. Just go for a different type of model. So this RX350 is absolutely amazing. It's amazing. I mean, I can't put it into any other words. This thing is freaking awesome. So with 3 years old, you can buy one with about 36,000 miles for $30,000. It's great. If you want to make $30,000 car payment, this car is something I would highly recommend. Now, however, it has a rival from Lexus, and this would be Lexus GX430. It's better than RX350 in every single way except one. The only serious downside of this puppy right here is fuel economy. It's not existent. You will be getting an average of 14 miles to a gallon. I mean, it's really bad. If you don't care about fuel economy, I would take this over RX350, especially because they're pretty much the same price. People that buy this brand new from the dealership after 3 years of driving this thing, they're like, holy fuck. I mean, I'm spending $500 a month on gas. So yeah, I mean, it's a 3-row seat. It has a bunch of room. It's freaking awesome. Like, you're gonna be feeling like a fucking king driving this thing. However, it's very fuel inefficient. It's just bad on gas. And yes, this is how the door opens up on it. So it's something. Okay, next one is gonna be big, bad SUVs. And the reason they're bad is because they're absolutely horrific on fuel economy. It's gonna be Lexus Lx570. This thing is freaking amazing. If I was a fucking millionaire, dude, I would buy this thing like in a heartbeat. I would not even be looking at anything else because I got a shit ton of money and I don't give a fuck about gas. So this thing looks amazing. It drives very comfortable. I mean, it's the best. The best. I mean, there's nothing else that can compare to it. Except even used, this thing is still over $50,000. Even used with 36,000 miles, 3 years old, still over $50,000. If you can find one for lower than 50 grand, around 47 or 48, you're getting yourself a good deal. So look into this. Obviously, I don't need to say anything about gas again because economy on this SUV is not fucking existent. It's not there. It does have a rival from Infiniti Qx60. This truck is abso-fucking-lutely ginormous. It's huge. It's even bigger than that Lexus. It's freaking huge. I mean, those rims are 24s. And if you're thinking, Dan, why are you showing this car right here? It's tuned and you're being a little biased. Yes, I am being a little biased, and yes, it is tuned. The reason I'm showing you this car right here is because it has similar features, pretty much the same stuff as that Lexus LX for $30,000 instead of over 50. So yeah, you can tune it, you can put big ass fucking rims on it, you can do whatever the fuck you want on it. You still have $20,000 to put into this car. So if you're looking for a big bad SUV, I would buy this used over that Lexus, just because you're going to be able to save yourself $20,000 fucking dollars. It's a huge number for me. Now let's talk about a couple of SUVs to stay away from. And unfortunately, no salesman is going to tell you to stay away from them because they're going to make shit ton of money by selling them. So let's talk about number one. Is going to be Infiniti Qx60. I do like it. There's one problem, the transmission. The transmission is not great. There was a class action lawsuit against it. It's just not great. I do like the SUV, but transmission is garbage. Next one. Another Infiniti Qx30. It's just a fucking 4-door that's really expensive. It's just Qx50 that's taller. That's it. It's a wagon. If you buy this, you're gonna spend shit ton of money for the same amount of money you could have bought yourself a fucking Lexus Rx350, which is 100 times better than this turd right here. Next one is Qx50. Transmissions are not great. It looks hella weird. Some people like it, some people don't. The biggest downside with this SUV, I don't think I can even call this a fucking SUV. It's more of a tall, big, oversized sedan. The storage or cargo space on this car is not existent. It's not there. You can't put anything behind the back seat at all. Maybe a fucking French fry. Maybe that. Maybe a stick of gum. Next one is going to be this Infiniti right here. Again, no, just stay away from it. It's expensive. Transmissions are not great. Why would you buy this when you can buy a real SUV? This is not a real SUV. It's a crossover. What the hell is a crossover? Either you buy something that's good on gas so you can save money, or if you need an SUV, you buy an SUV. This thing is not luxurious, and that's the biggest problem with this thing. It's not luxurious. It's just a turd, you know. It just has Infiniti logo on it. Stay away from it. Next one is going to be MDX, okay? MDX has huge transmission problems. It's just bad. The transmission on MDX is garbage. When I used to work at the dealership where I worked at, I mean, I would see MDXs lined the fuck up front of the shop. I mean, they all need a transmission replacement. They're just bad. The car is okay. Everything is pretty good on it. I mean, it's a Honda, but transmission is purposefully built really shitty. And their transmissions go back to way the fuck since early 2000s. For almost 20 years, they do not fix their transmissions because people that buy a $60,000 brand new Acura don't care about their shitty transmissions. And they can make more money on second-hand market repairing these shit transmissions. Next one is gonna be Acura Rdx, and the same problem. The transmission is garbage. And it's not luxurious. It's an Acura, but it's not luxurious. It's small. It's neither here or there. Next one is going to be Lexus NX. It's not luxurious. If you're buying a Lexus, you're spending 30 fucking grand on a Lexus. Why wouldn't you buy Rx350? Why would you buy an NX? Oh, you're going to save $5,000 or $3,000? What are you going to do after you're going to be reselling that car? I mean, nobody's going to be buying a tiny NX when I can buy Rx350 for just a little bit more. I'm getting almost twice as much of a car. Okay, next category we're gonna dive into is just a big no-no at all. You don't buy these SUVs and these brands because their repairs on these cars is just crazy. The amount of money you're gonna have to spend on electrical, transmission, and how much the parts cost is just insane. So that's gonna be all European cars. Maybe in Europe, they have okay quality. In America, European cars are garbage. I don't care if you're looking at VW, I don't care if you're looking at Porsche, I don't care if you're looking at Audi, Mercedes, BMW, Range Rover, whatever you can think of, they just suck. The quality is just bad. I mean, it's not there. They purposefully, my opinion, purposefully built these cars very poorly for American market because Americans are the most richest people on earth. We can buy cars every 3 fucking years, just like that. Lease cars every 3 years. We're just so fucking wealthy that car manufacturers purposefully build cars because they know we can afford to put $10,000 into replacing these cars. We can afford a $7,000 brake job. We can afford a $1,000 trainee flush. Rest of the world, they have common sense. They have budgets. They don't have money like we do. So if Mercedes is going to be putting out shit products like that in Europe, what will they do? They're just not going to buy them because their car market is way bigger than ours. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up below and click the subscribe button over my head, or watch one of those 2 videos if you want to see more money saving tips about cars. This is Dan with 60 Minute Car. I'm signing out and I'll see you on the internet.